Therefore, they decided to stop the democratic process which was going on Algeria. Since that, we have this problem, because saying that this is Al-Qaeda now and it's only a fight between a government and Al-Qaeda, that's not really correct, because simply these groups existed before the existence of Al-Qaeda itself. These groups existed since '92. Let's not forget that, and that's very important.
Okay, I wanted us to bring in back Mustafa El-Khalfi there in Rabat. We know that there are presidential elections in Algeria next year. President Bouteflika is looking for a third term in power, and he wants to change the law to do so. Do these bombings have a political undercurrent, perhaps?
Yes, totally. I think that these attacks will help, in general, Bouteflika to ask indirectly for a third term for him, because until now he is presenting himself as the man who can tackle this issue, and to provide a political solution for this problem, as he did it in the end of the 90s. So, in some way, the immediate impact of these attacks is helping Bouteflika to call and to ask for a third term. But in the long term, I think no. The problem that Algerian government, without tackling the cultural, and the social and the political roots of violence in Algeria, they can't eradicate this new cycle of terrorism. Yes, I agree with my friend Rashwan that we can't compare this with the 90s civil war, but we should take into account that that there is a new element now happening in Algeria. Former militants, after this reconciliation law, almost 17,000 they renounced the violence and they joined the Algerian society. But what next? They didn't allow them to work politically. So the problem right now, in my view, we have a new step. There is some specificity in Algeria in the issue of terrorism, but we can't ignore that the organization, weapons, targets, all these elements push Algeria toward instability.
Okay, gentlemen, stay with us, won't you? Because it's time for a short break now. But when we come back, what's driving the expansion of Al-Qaeda across North Africa and what's being done to stop it? Stay with us. Welcome back. Well, Al-Qaeda in Islamic Maghreb is believed to be behind the series of bombings in Algeria. But let's take a closer look at the history of the group. It's a branch of Al-Qaeda in the North African region. Formerly known as the Salafist Group for Preaching and Combat, it was founded in Algeria in 1998. The main objectives of the group were to establish an Islamic State within Algeria and to destroy Western targets. In 2003, it offered its support to the Al-Qaeda network, and in 2006, it joined forces with Al-Qaeda, and in early 2007, it was renamed as the Al-Qaeda organization in the Islamic Maghreb, after getting the approval of Al-Qaeda's leader, Osama bin Laden. The group is estimated to have around 800 members spread across North Africa and Europe. Well, still with us are our guests in Rabat, Mustafa El-Khalfi, in London, Mohammed Al-Arabi Zitout, and in Cairo, Dia Rashwan. Mohammed Zitout in London. The Algerian authorities recently captured some Islamists who returned home from Iraq. Is there a certain amount of deadly experience that these fighters bring back? I mean, car bombings, for example, was something we never saw in Algeria.
No, they don't really need that. They don't need this experience from Iraq or from Afghanistan or from anywhere, because, as I said before, simply these groups existed since '92. Although the names of GSPC was on '98, but the groups fighting the military government in Algeria existed since the cancellation of the election. Therefore, they are not really in need. What they need, I mean, in 2006, when they changed their name from the GSPC to Al-Qaeda of the Islamic Maghreb, is simply a sort of fashion. It was a fashion to be part of Al-Qaeda. It was a fashion and popular among the Arab and Muslim in the world to be part of Al-Qaeda. In general, I'm speaking. But in fact, in 2003, and before even they branded their name and they changed their name to Al-Qaeda, the Algerian ambassador in the United States, in the United Nations in New York, Mr. Bali, distributed a report from the Algerian Secret Service saying that GSPC has got a strong link with Al-Qaeda. The Algerian government, they were willing to get in touch, to get linked to the war against terror, therefore the international war against terror. Therefore, they want this Al-Qaeda. They want Al-Qaeda in Algeria because they will get the help without limit. They will get the propaganda without limit. They will get what they will ask for, and that's what they are getting from the West. Because we know, and we have heard many times that Mr. George Bush, President George Bush, say clearly that where Al-Qaeda is, we are going to go there. We are going to fight them. We are not going to let them come again to America. And here is the clue. Here is the main issue. Those who are propagandists making this propaganda about Al-Qaeda, in fact, they want the American to Algeria. And also these groups want the American to the Algeria for different, of course, for different purposes and for different, they have got different aims. But this is extremely important. They want a war in Algeria between Al-Qaeda and between the Americans there.
Okay, I want to put that very point of the Al-Qaeda branding across North Africa to Dia Rashwan in Cairo. I mean, groups like the GSPC may use the Al-Qaeda label, but does it have any real operational links with Osama bin Laden and his network?